Have you ever wondered what the most dangerous battle in human history was? Was it Stalingrad, with its brutal urban warfare and millions of casualties? Or maybe Gettysburg, the turning point of the American Civil War? Perhaps the Battle of the Somme, a symbol of the sheer futility and horror of trench warfare in World War I. While all these were unimaginably terrible, there's one battle that, by many metrics, stands out as the deadliest, most intense, and arguably the most consequential single military engagement ever fought. To understand Cannae, we need to go back to 216 BC. The Second Punic War is raging. Rome, the rising power of the Mediterranean, is locked in a desperate struggle against its arch-rival, Carthage. And Carthage has a secret weapon, a military genius named Hannibal Barca. For 2 years, Hannibal has been running circles around the Romans. He famously crossed the Alps with his army and wore elephants, a feat considered impossible, and has since delivered to crushing defeats to the Roman legions at the battles of Trebia and Lake Trasimene. Rome is in a state of panic. The city's legendary confidence is shattered. In response, they do something unprecedented. They abandon their usual strategy of having two consuls lead their army on alternating days. The two Roman consuls were polar opposites. Varro, on the other hand, was aggressive and eager for glory, convinced that sheer numbers would overwhelm the Carthaginians. This division in command would prove fatal. It was Varro's day to command, and he was determined to fight. On one side, 86,000 Roman soldiers, packed shoulder to shoulder in a deep, powerful formation. Their strategy was simple: punch straight through the enemy's center with overwhelming force. They were the sledgehammer of the ancient world. On the other side, Hannibal's army. He was outnumbered almost 2-1, with only about 50,000 men. His force was a motley crew of Carthaginian veterans, Spanish infantry, and Gallic warriors, mercenaries and allies with varying levels of discipline. On paper, it was a mismatch. But Hannibal wasn't fighting by the book. He was a master of psychology and terrain. He knew the Roman mindset. He placed his weakest troops, the Gauls and Spaniards, in the very center of his line. But he didn't arrange them in a straight line. On his flanks, he positioned his best troops, the disciplined African heavy infantry, held back in columns. And on the far wings, his superior cavalry. As the battle began, the Roman legions, bellowing their war cries, surged forward. The largest army Rome had ever fielded was now packed into a kill box, unable to move, unable to fight effectively. What followed was not a battle, but a slaughter. The Roman soldiers, pressed so tightly together they could barely lift their arms to swing their swords, were cut down from all sides. The scale of the carnage is almost impossible to comprehend. The consul Paulus died fighting. Varro, the man so eager for battle, managed to escape with a handful of survivors. The aftermath was catastrophic for Rome. An entire generation of its military and political elite was wiped out in a single day. The city was left virtually defenseless. Panic gripped the populace. It was the darkest day in Roman history. Any other nation would have collapsed, would have sued for peace. He lacked the siege equipment and manpower to take the city of Rome itself. And Rome's allies, for the most part, remained loyal. Over the next decade, Rome slowly, methodically, clawed its way back. They pushed the Carthaginians out of Spain and eventually took the fight to Africa, forcing Hannibal to return home to defend Carthage. The Battle of Cannae is remembered not just for its horrific death toll, but for its military genius. Hannibal's double envelopment tactic is still studied at military academies around the world to this day. It's the perfect example of how a smaller, well-led army can defeat a larger force through superior strategy and understanding of the enemy. It was a day of unparalleled tactical brilliance and unimaginable human suffering. A day that brought the mighty Roman Republic to its knees, yet ultimately forged its resolve to become the dominant power of the ancient world. It was, without a doubt, the most dangerous battle ever fought. Thanks for watching. If you found this piece of history as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the past. Let me know in the comments what other historical battles you'd like to see covered. See you in the next one.